Yeah, life is multidimensional. Okay, work is one part of that. It is a critical, important part of life, but it's not the only one. And there are so many other pillars. There is the model of wheel of life, which puts it visually in a very clear way, an attractive way. So there is spirituality, there is health, there is family, there is friends, there is passions and hobbies, there is learning and growth, there is community. Okay. So yeah, these are various other elements which I cannot say all of them are priority, but some of them will be priority for some more than the others. But at least it shows us that these are all the possibilities which are there. Some of them are essential when it comes to health, when it comes to family, when it comes to spirituality. Okay. So, you know, these are some of the areas that we can say, okay, what is it that we'd like to develop? What does it mean to you? Because spirituality for you means different than spirituality for me. So it can be expressed in different ways. But as long as we are clear that life has all these dimensions.
Do you know that you can be a reason for changing people's life from this channel? Probably you will ask me how. I will tell you how. My name is Ahmed Khaled and I am the host of this Unleashed podcast. We speak mainly around personal development and entrepreneurship. Our mission is unleashing the human greatness to its utmost potential. And this is by interviewing CEOs, entrepreneurs and coaches physically in Dubai to extract their wisdom and change your life. Now, can I ask you to do me two favors? Firstly, can you hit the subscribe button? It helps this channel to grow more than you expect. Secondly, can I ask you also to refer this channel to 3 of your friends who can benefit from the values of this channel, and you will be the reason of changing their life. Now, you can enjoy the episode. Faisal, I see many people, they just got annihilated and focused a lot in one aspect or one pillar in life, which is work. And it's nothing bad at all. But I believe that there are a lot of pillars aside from work. What are those pillars that we need to focus on to be fulfilled and be happy as well?
Yeah, life is multidimensional. Okay, work is one part of that. It is a critical, important part of life, but it's not the only one. And there are so many other pillars. There is the model of wheel of life, which puts it visually in a very clear way, an attractive way. So there is spirituality, there is health, there is family, there is friends, there is passions and hobbies, there is learning and growth, there is community. Okay. So yeah, these are various other elements which I cannot say all of them are priority, but some of them will be priority for some more than the others. But at least it shows us that these are all the possibilities which are there. Some of them are essential when it comes to health, when it comes to family, when it comes to spirituality. Okay. So, you know, these are some of the areas that we can say, okay, what is it that we'd like to develop? What does it mean to you? Because spirituality for you means different than spirituality for me. So it can be expressed in different ways. But as long as we are clear that life has all these dimensions and we need to have different level of development according to our life goals, focus, priority, phase is something essential.
What if I see many people, they're stuck and they have, they consume most of their time at work. And I believe most of them, they're not just, I would say to that extent, they're very happy. Okay. How to manage this if I'm stuck with a lot of work, a lot of things, how to have this transition from work and start focusing on such pillars that you were mentioning before?
So we can look at it from so many different directions. So one thing is the time which is spent at work. Okay, that can be one thing. A lot of people say we don't have time. We are bombarded with so many activities, and now with the technology, instead of helping them to become more efficient, it's becoming adding more load into them. But what I would put on the other side is look at what's wasting your time at work. Okay, so it could be talking with colleagues, it could be checking social media while at work, it could be so many distractions at work. Because if we cannot focus on the activity on hand and we get distracted by notification, by messages, by other people, then we will not be able to be productive. So to look how to be productive at work, remove the thing which is really wasting your time. And there is a big checklist of things that maybe we are unconscious that these things that can take 5 minutes here, that can take half an hour here, and so on, that we need to remove and become more productive at work. This can make us happier at work. But a bigger impact also is to see what are the other dimensions in life which I've been ignoring or that I'd like to develop okay, because they are critical in my life, and then to start to put goals, okay, to visualize what is the best case scenario, what does success mean at that area, okay, and make a picture which is compelling, that the same way that at work we have targets, we have KPIs, we have reviews, okay, which gets all our attention to work, that also for my health, that for my financial, that for my family, that for spirituality, I have a vision of how I want to be. I have goals that I want to achieve. I have reviews that will tell me, okay, am I really going on the path of delivery or improvement, or I'm deviating, so I need to come back. So really to treat it in that way. And this is, I think, applying some of the skills that we are good at work, which maybe planning, goal setting, reviews, okay, holding meetings, and, you know, putting action plans and so on, and to do that for our personal life.
I totally agree with you, but I think that the transition going from, let's say, work and prioritizing that stuff in a way that we are happy, it's not easy, right? How can we take this transition, let's say that I'm succeeding to unlock some of the time from my work, and now I need to utilize it, but I need to prioritize the pillars in my life that will make me happy. Because now I unlocked it, but I need to feel happy. I need to be fulfilled. What are the pillars that, from your experience, that I can look at it and ask the questions accordingly?
Yeah. Do you mean pillars within this wheel of life and different dimensions?
Yes, exactly.
I think it will be personal. If somebody was ignoring their health, okay, so it could be that, okay, to start with health, it could be that the person is not sleeping well, okay, and people take sleeping for granted. But sleeping is really essential, because if we sleep well, then the next day we are fully energized. What maybe takes 1 hour, because our mind is not clear, maybe it takes half an hour, okay? Then we will be able to manage our responses. We'll be able to manage our stress. This is one sleeping. So it could be from health. We can look into sleeping. We can look at our nutrition, okay? We can look at our rest. We can look at physical activities, okay? So this is just in one element, okay? And these dimensions are interconnected. So if we improve in one of them, most of the time there will be a benefit on the other ones, okay? So this is also a belief, and this is something which is already proven, that by moving the focus just from one dimension, which is just work, and putting it into other elements which are important for us, our performance does not decline. Actually, our performance at work improves. Our satisfaction also improves, okay? Because then we start to see our life in total, and that we have choices, we have, you know, more things which are developing in our life, rather than just focusing on one element and thinking that by focusing on work, that we will be better. Because the relation between effort, okay, and performance or output is not linear, okay? So the more effort that we put does not mean always higher performance, okay? It's a bell curve. And it will come to a point that people will, after being stretched, they will get into a strain, and then they will go to a burnout, okay? But unfortunately, some people know, they say, I will put more effort. I will ignore going to the gym. I will not see my family, okay? I will sleep late. You can do that 1 day, 2 days if there is an emergency, or if there is a situation which really requires that. But unfortunately, to keep it as a lifestyle, you will head to a burnout or a depression, or, you know, a low performance, that what you thought that will get you somewhere up, you're going to get down.
Goal setting, and I love this because I saw it from your experience, how we set goals for your life. How, as a human being, how can I set goals? Because why I'm asking this, I see many people were very good when it comes on setting goals in the company and targets and achieving these targets, the KPIs, keep it green. But when it comes on setting goals for our life, most people, they don't speak or they just think about it. How can we set such goals, and what are the goals that we need to think about it in life?
I think first is to say, okay, within these domains of life, which are the ones that I'd like to focus on, okay? So if I want to focus on or develop, for example, my financial status, if I want to focus on my health, okay? If I want to focus on my family, if I want to focus on my spirituality, for example, if I want to focus on passions, okay? Then let's say these are 5 dimensions that I'd like to develop, okay? So what does each one of these mean to me, okay? And where do I want to be? What is the vision of each of these elements? So maybe some of these visions can be materialized in 5 years. Maybe some of them in 3 years, maybe some of them in 1 year. So from that vision, I take it into now, what is it that I need to do this year? Okay. So for example, for my health, it could be something which is related to, let's say, sleeping. Okay. Then I would say, okay, I'm not sleeping enough. I'm sleeping 7 hours. What is wasting my time is TV. Take it out. Now I can sleep 9 hours. And then I see the benefits and then do more. It could be on maybe getting to a specific weight, okay? Or waist size, because that's much better than a specific weight. It could be in spirituality, for example, to say, okay, I'd like to do a pilgrimage. Okay, I like to be mindful. It could be like, I want to gain knowledge in specific field, okay? So it's really to define the vision, bring it into this year, what does it mean to me? And then bring it into the short term now. What do I need to do now, okay? So if I look at the example of physical health, okay, and for example, whether it's weight or specific fitness, okay, then I would say, okay, what really excites me is not just to go to the gym because I want a specific weight. I would say, I want to run a marathon, okay? What do I need to do to prepare for it, okay? So then to prepare for it, I need to sleep in such a way, I need to eat in such a way, I need to exercise in such a way, and then I package it in a way that becomes really compelling for me. So it's not the activity, doing it just for the sake of doing the activity, but then because there is a goal, which could be running a 10K, which could be running half marathon, which could be climbing a mountain, okay? So always that goal, bring it back, materialize it into its component, and what do I need to do now in different parts of my daily life that will link to that goal. Okay.
I think planning, it could be good, but at the same time also, how can we make sure that the execution is sustainable and this kind of continuity? Maybe I'll tell you also from my experience. At the beginning, I could have very passionate about the setting the goals, and I put it maybe on Excel. I put it and start chase it. But after time, because of the noise of life, I lose the momentum of reflecting and getting into the targets that I set it. How can I make sure that there is sustainability and the goals that I set it, I'm chasing it?
Exactly. So one key thing is I love reflection, okay? And I have also a great coach that I reflect with her regularly. And this is something which is really important, is to sit, okay, what are the parameters that I'd like to reflect on? And usually it's linked to values of life, linked to practices and goals. And that reflection helps me to say, okay, am I making progress? Am I satisfied with it? Am I facing challenges that I need to overcome? Okay. And just, make a change every week or every 2 weeks instead of deviating. And I find that after 2 months or 3 months, that I did not do anything. Okay. So this regular review, it can be journaling, it can be working with a coach, whatever it can be a scorecard, okay, to say, okay, my goals are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? Where am I scoring from 1 to 10? Am I really on track? 10. I didn't do anything, 1. And that will just tell you immediately that, okay, I'm at 1, I did not do anything. Okay, let me go and do it now because I just deviated 1 week or 2 weeks. It's not that I left it 6 months and I did not do anything. And I can say that this is something that also I've done in so many different parts of life. So for example, I had the vision that I want to train people, okay? And I get energy from training people because part of my purpose is to have a positive impact, okay? And also to learn, okay? Is that also by training, I learn a lot. I need to be ready and I need to prepare. And in the company that I was working, I think I was blessed to be able to take some of the training program and deliver it internally, okay? So that was a very good playground for me to learn about training, to deliver it, to see the impact and build on that, in an environment where I'm still working, I'm doing something I'm passionate about, okay? It didn't feel that it's outside my job, okay? Although others, they were not doing it, but I chose to create the time for it, to learn, to share, and that created a big momentum for me. So with this, I did not need to do a weekly reflection because I saw the impact, okay? And by seeing the impact, I start to become more motivated, to do more and more. So maybe there are certain things that we need to reflect on and do the journaling or to work with coaches, but there are some other things. It will just feed us with energy. And that energy is going to bring more opportunities, and it's going to get us to do more and more, and then it becomes part of our life.
Unleash is the bridge between my purpose and my mission. And my mission is unleashing the human greatness to its utmost potential.